Hello, everyone, and welcome to Light Language Messenger. And for everyone on Great Awakening Generator, you're very welcome here too. Thank you for joining me today. We are doing another light language message, and just to put it out there for the benefit of anybody that has not watched any of the light language messages leading up to now, or the one where I said we're doing this and we're doing this particularly through the Mercury retrograde period. I felt guided to do that. And here we are. We are doing light language every day. And I've also been asked by my guides to post it on light language, I beg your pardon, to post it not only on light language messenger, but also on the Great Awakening Generator. So it's been an interesting day today for me. I was saying that yesterday, and then I didn't say why. But then I went on to talk about mindfulness practice, and I think that was what the theme for my interesting day was yesterday. Today, however, just in a space of waiting to hear of news of a friend who's unwell, just thinking about my friend and everything that he is and how important he is, and that he is somebody who's on his own, doesn't have children, but has got such a strong family of friends, because currently one of our friends is with him. She has been with him throughout the morning at the emergency services, waiting for an ambulance to get him to the hospital, and just giving report backs to all of us. And so I think that is just incredible to know that in this world, there are people like that. We are so rich when we have friends like that. We are so prosperous when we have friends who can stand and support us. And I am feeling a little bit guilty, I think, and I probably should not feel guilty, because I'm obviously not the one meant to be there, because I thought, oh, maybe I should have gone, but I didn't. There were some things happening, and initially I didn't realize that it was as serious as it's turning out to be. So I will invite you to send out some positive love and light to my friend. For his privacy reasons, I won't be saying his name, but Rose's friend. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so today, apart from that, what has been happening? I've done my mindfulness practice for the day. And yes, it's taking it's taking some energy out of me, and in a good way, because although I've done the mindfulness practice, the thing that I feel slightly uncomfortable with is my knees, and that I was sitting cross-legged, because I love just doing things the way they're meant to be doing. I could have sat on the chair, because I could have. That's one of the things that you get told in this mindfulness practice. If you cannot sit with your legs in a cross-leg position, then you can sit on your chair. I chose to sit in a cross-leg position. Yes, what's the fun in not trying to do it the way it's meant to do it? Okay, but then I guess within reason as well. All right, the card for today, I'll bring it up. And I thought it was interesting to bring this card up. It flew out of the deck, and yeah, so I felt like we want to talk about this card today. And I'm going to share the screen. For the benefit of everyone who has not been following this all the time, the card that the Oracle card deck that we are looking at is the original Pleiadian Wisdom Oracle cards by Orleane and Cullen Bird Smith. They are bringing the wisdom from the stars with Laarkmaa, so they channel Laarkmaa. As I've said before, yes, it It has 5 categories, and each one, 5 or 6 categories, and each one has 13 cards. So what we do normally is we name the category, tell you the number of the card, then we read the name of the card, the description of it, and then we will explain what's written in the book. Today I want to read something from what they have said, what the authors have said in the in some of the introduction, etc. So they say this is the Pleiadian oracle. One of them is writing. This is the author, Barbara Hand-Clough, author of Pleiadian Agenda. She says, this is the Pleiadian oracle I've awaited all my life. It is crystal clear, direct, and deeply meaningful. This is what I noticed about this. There aren't hidden meanings here. It's straight as it is. It comes directly from the Pleiadian heart. As Laarkmaa says, it helps us become fully functional. A person who chooses to evolve and live in the heart in fusion with cosmic wisdom. I'll read it again. It helps us become fully functional. A person who chooses to evolve and live in the heart in fusion with cosmic wisdom. The cards are based on the elements, 13 universal numbers, and 6 categories that frame how we live our lives. It exudes love while being totally useful. A must-have oracle for all seekers of Pleiadian consciousness. Yes, indeed. We are, many of us, myself included, very into seeking Pleiadian consciousness. And so I just want to read a few more lines from the acknowledgements, because I like that you need to know that you know this. The acknowledgements. This is coming from the authors. To our beloved Pleiadian friends, Laarkmaa, we are ever grateful for your presence, wisdom, and guidance in our lives. Your light has been and continues to be both inspiring and uplifting as we move towards multidimensionality and become our future selves. They say thank you to Laarkmaa, thank you for your love and support and for sharing your wisdom with the world. So that's where the card comes from. I am going to hold today's card in my hand. It's getting a little bit dark in the room because the weather is just getting to be quite cloudy and heavy with clouds and darkness. So I'm just going to try and open the blinds some more. If you would bear with me, please. Thank you. Okay, thank you for that. Zoom culture is very forgiving. Let's share the picture of the card now. Here we are. I hope you can see that. Let's see if I close the other one just to make sure. No, it is showing me that. Great, wonderful. Here's our card. The card for today is the number 3 card. Purpose. It's in the category of purpose, and the card is called Heart Wisdom. Always follow the truth that lives in your hearts. Yes, indeed. Such a beautiful card. I'm holding it up in my hand because I believe this card has an amazing energy to it. And I'm going to try and increase the size so you can have a better view of it. I think what's beautiful about the Pleiadian cards is that heart is in everything. All the pictures seem to have heart somewhere in it. And I love this picture because it's got this filigree pattern all around that little disc in the middle with the heart in it, and even under that disc, the actual pattern on the white creamy color of the disc has got some filigree. So it's really beautiful. It's like having a beautiful brooch. Reminds me of a brooch. But it's heart energy, and it's this orange gold color coming off the card. So Let's read our card and then we will go into what the card, we will do some light language for this, right? Always follow the truth that lives in your heart, the heart wisdom card. Your purpose is to remember the wisdom that lives in your heart. Laarkmaa has given 8 guidelines to find that wisdom and recognize and fulfill your purpose. Now, if you didn't know who Laarkmaa was or is, Laarkmaa is the Pleiadian collective that they have channeled that brought down these downloads for them, okay? Right. I'll say the last few lines again. Your purpose is to remember the wisdom that lives in your heart. Laarkmaa has given 8 guidelines to find that wisdom and recognize and fulfill your purpose. I'm looking at some of these words coming up in the 8 guidelines, and I feel like we need to start breathing for the moment. We are going to bring in we are going to start bringing in the Pleiadian energy. We are going to start bringing in we are going to start bringing in our language. So take time, friends. Get yourself in a comfortable position. Start to get your breath going. Breathe in through the nose. Take the breath all the way down to the belly. Push the belly out. Then strain the muscles. Bring the breath up to the torso. Pause, pause, and whilst pausing, look into the space that is the third eye. Pause if you can, 1 to 4 or anything more. If not, then let the breath out. I'm feeling like if you let the breath out through your mouth, that's great. If you let the breath out through your nose, that's great. Because we have no hard, fast rules here. So one of the things today I learned in my mindfulness practice, I've known this and I do this all the time, but what I've learned in the mindfulness practice is when you breathe in through your nose and you go all the way to the bottom of your belly, and then you bring the breath up and you pause. You let it hang there. And when you look into your third eye, if you keep counting and you keep counting and you go longer than 4, and you just stay in neutral position, just focusing on the breath and holding your breath, but focusing on in your third eye. You immediately swap over into your meditative space when you get it right. At one point there, in that second, you swap over. The longer you stay in that counting mode and just leave it and just hold the breath, hold the breath, hold the breath, you can go into the meditative space. Okay, I'm learning this and I'm sharing it. I've done it before, and then for a long time I've forgotten. So now I'm practicing. My mindfulness practice is about bringing in the breath. Let's come back to heart wisdom. So, we are calling in the 8 guidelines to help us find that wisdom and recognize and fulfill our purpose on the planet for this time and space in this lifetime. Friends, move beyond the veil of illusion to see the true reality. Even if you're in that position, we know that many of the collective are not. So malakita kalokodo. Ikola mahoel sola sei. Irakoto falala mo sala kita marahe. Ila hola hiva koale mahe. We're moving beyond the veil of illusion. Ikola masea fozele. Ilo makotolo makifana katai huahe. Ilo dodo vana somahe. Ile ketomokura mahai. Be responsible. Co-create through responsible intentions and choices. We're calling in the sinking of this co-creation that we're all working at. We are syncing with each other in terms of our co-creation. We are one. Friend. No man is an island. We are one. It is you, it's I, it's we will wake up. Yilokoto, we will wake ourselves up. We will wake all of those that aren't awake up. Ikola kita karama sofa hai. The battle is won with all of us. Ila kushomola katene kerato. Shine your light. Ila kesele. Co-create your life, my friend. Ikota mala kesafarana kahi tukoe. Hello zale zaheya. Interesting next one. Use tones and words that reflect love to co-create your reality. Choose compassion in all your actions. Choose compassion in all your actions. Remember, compassion. What is the seed of compassion? Unconditional love. Ola higa ia ugale maseka fora hailo katatene. Ola hi kisoro katamai tamai na he. Oh mahe ai karo mahe. Oh karase katama kata kata tata nake. Remember that you are connected to one another. You are in Lakia. Lakesh. Lakesh, Lakia. L-A-K with an apostrophe over the K. E-C-H. Ola, we're just talking about being in oneness. Use your will to direct your intentions through your heart. You will find joy in all your efforts. Connect your hearts and minds to become whole and balanced. Concentrate on truth, trust, love, compassion, and joy. You are more powerful than you know. So here we go, my friends. I'll say the 8 guidelines again. Move beyond the veil of illusion to see the truth, the true reality. Be responsible. Co-create through responsible intentions and choices. Use tones and words that reflect love to co-create your reality. Choose compassion in all your actions. Remember that you are connected to one another in Lakesh. So you are in Lakesh. Lakesh, I hope I said that right. Use your will to direct your intentions through your heart. You will find joy in all your efforts. Connect your hearts and minds to become whole and balanced. Concentrate on truth, trust, love, compassion, and joy. You are more powerful than you know. You are more powerful than you know. And remember, this card is heart wisdom. Heart wisdom. This is the thing, right? When the veil is lifted, we go beyond just the wisdom of the mind. In fact, what we see in that third eye starts to transform, because suddenly the seat of what we see is connected to the heart chakra. We know, friends, we know that those of us that have had the unveiling of the illusion, those of us that have the veils come off and now we see the reality. You are stronger now. Ila kuchela haya masareno. Ela que samara katofunyale le. Oh, le klamahe zola maheta. This is why you can have compassion and love for somebody who's not a blood brother or a blood sister. Ucha kalama hitofo. Unconditional love becomes the theme of the heart and the actions of your day. Alukuto tofala heko talameheta. Ina mekelo kutoma tukuro mahika falelelekai. Ola ela emo. Iro iro vararare helo talemetela vahemo. Universal Energy 3. Creativity. That's the advanced use of this card. Create your reality by following the wisdom of your heart to make each choice and fulfill your purpose. Oh, la hila hila ho mai. Oh, la hila ho mai la him. O kasafale somai tomahe. Ikorama katana karavai tokorama hishta karamahinu kurufahe de karahena. Today I feel the need to say to somebody out there, it feels like someone out there is doubting, warring, being battered for the unconditional love you express. Many times we will express unconditional love. Many times we will express unconditional love in ways that people don't understand. But it's calling you back to be true to your heart. If you feel instinctively to love someone, to care for someone, even if they don't respond in the way that you think, we do not have to become dogmatic. We do not have to become, what is the word? Punching bags. And I don't mean it in the violent sense. I mean it, we don't have to take battering from anybody just because we love them. We need to remember our boundaries. And part of this unveiling is to know your boundaries. Part of the unveiling is to know that whilst we bring in wisdom, and a lot of times people outside do not understand the heart wisdom. The heart wisdom shows compassion even when somebody does not feel compassion. Right? Even when, sorry, I don't mean it like that. Even when somebody thinks you should not feel the compassion, is what I meant. The heart wisdom brings compassion where ordinarily that would be something that people would think, what is wrong with you? For example, and I thought about this yesterday, when you have compassion and when the heart's involved in it, I have had times where I've felt sorry for somebody who's actually stolen some stuff, like someone who went into a store and stole food, for example. Somebody who has hurt another being, another person, and because when you operate from the unconditional love platform, the heart wisdom, you realize how that soul, you realize what it must have taken for that soul to get there. You realize that if it is acting in a way that's low vibrational and showing a lot of darkness, that you feel compassion for the ignorance in that you love that they're going to take the journey, but the longer they stay in that space, the longer they're ignorant, the longer the journey is, right? To where you might be, or I might be, or where they need to be, right? Because we cannot tell where people need to be. So, yeah, heart wisdom brings compassion in ways you least expected. It is that thing that helps you to, for example, love somebody and care for them even after a romantic relationship is over with them. It is that kind of thing. And so I feel I need to say to anybody who's going through this, where you are loving on people that do not deserve it. You are kind to people that do not deserve it. Now, heart wisdom is something that it's not where they treat you so badly, but you're still so good to them, and you extend yourself, and then you let them badger you and abuse you. Heart wisdom is where you can still be there and know how to be there. That's the difference. Not where abuse of your goodness is taking place. It's when you know where to set the line and how to be loving and to look at situations and stand by and say, I feel a lot of compassion. I can see some things happening. And if it's not physical help like food or something that they need, I can still send positive light and love to them. I can still send that energy to them and hope that one of these days soon their awakening happens to how they need to be. Because again, it's not about how I want them to be. I don't necessarily. It's also not about how they should be like me. No. Heart wisdom also comes from empathy, from understanding, from having been there somewhere in our life, some time in our lives, be it a past life, a parallel life, or whatever, but knowing, understanding, being able to empathize. Friends, thank you so much for joining me today. I feel like there's a little bit of disjointment going on in terms of how the programming or the process of the light language sessions are. Please, thank you in advance, and please accept my apology for it, and thank you in advance for understanding. It's a weird day. It's been a weird week in terms of that, right? I felt so grounded 2 days ago, and yesterday and today felt really all over the place. But I just feel like if you're liking the light language, I will keep doing it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Namaste.